Welcome in, everybody. We are back with Windy Meadow. Let us return to the story, shall we? We are in the middle of Fabel's story. We started with Vera, and now we're in Fabel's story. Fabel has lost his legs as a child and is learning to become a bard. And with the events that happened, is learning to figure out his way. So here is Fabel up on the counter. We are currently at the inn. But there's the scent of smoke on the wind because look at how much has burned down. Thank goodness we had the Pearl River in the way, but this is not good. Not good at all. So the stuff I'm about to carry here is too heavy for you, but before the eve, we could use you to pass messages, you know, like back in autumn. Limos is the fisherman. We have the fisherman, we have Kartos, the blacksmith. This meeting going on over here with the mayor, the old adventurer, the main hunter, and one of the city guards. I may need a bit more precise instruction than that, to be honest. Whoops, who did that? It was an accident. Oh, excuse us. Weren't exactly preparing to be slaughtered by beast claws. So the wrath of the herds occurs anytime humans take more than nature can endure. So the forest fire has the entire town very concerned. Don't be so dramatic, you oaf. I'm just about properly annoyed. So you want me to hang around the square in the afternoon to help you and the others stay in touch. Got it. Unless something urgent comes up, I'll prepare you a few meals for it, like always. I don't need a reward, or I'd rather take coin. Coin's not going to do much when there's a lack of food. I don't need a reward. I think we're going to try and be humble. The town has just lost a huge amount of their food production. We're in this together. No need to argue over scraps. You're right. I hope I didn't offend you. I guess I'm not fully here still. No matter what happens, things are going to suck from now on. Yeah, it'll do more if there's a lack of food than having nothing. A reward of food would be better, obviously. Look, I would have taken the reward of food, but, like, we're going to have to ration anyway, like, the whole town. The whole town is going to have to ration to some extent, so... We may not have the forest garden any longer, but Windy Meadow still has a lot going for it. The inn, the rivers, the honey, the wall's still intact. Let's not argue right now. I don't envy you, Fabel, this being the second time this happens to you. Wouldn't say that the bandits were the same thing. Little Oak was the village of my tribe, destroyed 10 years ago by a band of robbers and slave hunters. I carry memories of my parents' home and a few alleys, but without Vates' story, I wouldn't know much about the place. From what I've learned, it used to sell eggs, feathers, and things made of wicker. Matters little if it ends with collapse. My goodness, Calor. Buck up, my dude. Don't open old wounds, Cal. We're here now, and that's what matters. I don't want to talk about it. We're not gonna lie. We don't want to talk about it. Yeah, would rather not dwell on it. No wonder. Forgive me, lad. No worries. Went through much worse. So we are currently in the cemetery. Even though Vates is the one responsible for guarding the cemetery, he rarely asks me for help. I can't say I want that to change, especially since monkeys have started gathering around the walls and throwing mud at visitors. Cheeky monkey. Was I supposed to bring the cleaning tools with me? Oh, we ain't here to work. But since we don't have time to take our walks anymore, I was hoping to have a chat with you. In a cemetery. The dead take their wisdom with them. We ought to find its remnants. Such as... I don't know. But folk enjoy these inspired aphorisms. They sure are flexible. Conveniently so, especially for a bard. You invited me for an extra lesson about stories. Anything can be a story. Kind of an empty phrase. True, but the fire has made me think about the stories we leave behind. If something were to happen to me, there'd be no one to take care of our rights. Lacerta would have to hire a priest from Bertris. From the United Church. Exactly. And they would have no reason to uphold our customs. Do you like Windy Meadow? Well, do we? Do we like Windy Meadow? I mean, as Vina, we liked Windy Meadow. But as Fabel, do we like Windy Meadow? I think we do. I think we do like Windy Meadow. I do. It's my home. I'd miss it if I were to leave. Travelers have no home, that's true, but this is your tribe. Whenever you decide to visit us, your neighbors will greet you with open arms. Before the fire, we had 10 lucky years without major disasters, unless you count the trolls from last year. And the gargoyles 2 years prior. Almost forgot about them. You're free to leave this place, and I'll be happy to support you, but just in case you were to stay, I'd like to teach you how to uphold our customs. The parting rites, of course, are the greatest of importance, for they bring comfort to mourning souls. Whoops. Did you just open an urn? Afraid of the ghosts? Don't worry, there's nothing scary inside. Unlike in Little Oak, we scatter our ashes in the woods. It's called an amphora, though it doesn't look like the ones you'd find in the old days. It's much smaller and of a different shape. No one in the countryside uses the real ones anymore. So what's inside? Something that people like you and I are meant to protect. A piece of parchment. Read it. No hurry, we've got time. I've made a lot of progress, you know. I love 3 things in life. Flowers, the moon, and flowers. Kind of like a poem? A farewell letter. Humble and elegant. Like most priests of the fellowship, I encourage our neighbors to keep their practices modest and contemplative. I remember the cemetery you showed me in the city. They had all these statues and trinkets carved in dragon bones. They had to hire guards to keep an eye on those treasures. That's right, the temple wardens. In the fellowship, we draw one's attention away from their wealth and status, and we don't place fancy tombstones. Instead, we suggest adding a message to their amphorae. Those who can't read ask their priests or friends for help. And if they die before they leave a message? Someone could dictate a note in their name, but more often than not, they ask a priest to write down something appropriate. It's not easy, summing up one's life on a scrap of parchment. So what's your trick? I've got none. I just try to come up with something pretty yet appropriate. No one can be described with a single poem. And yet, it brings them comfort. The illusion that they'll leave a mark on the world, that there's going to be a story that will make their absence easier to explain. At the very least, it's a beautiful tradition. And you want me to help them with writing these parchment pieces. One such parchment is called a vitactum, right? Viaticum. I'm not good with Latin, which is what most of these words are based on. The last meal for the road. I'd like to start a few short journeys myself, complete unfinished tasks. And truth be told, I'm getting old. I may not return. But if you were to stay in Windy Meadow... Don't see my request as a call for you to stay. I'm only asking you to learn how to handle some of my responsibilities, just in case. Do we consider it to be a lie? I don't think we do. It's not that you're lying about a person's last words. It's that you are writing down something for the person who couldn't. And as much as it's not their words from their heart or their mind, it is an offering or a way of passing on the memory of them, even if it is sort of a translation at that point. I think it's actually kind of a beautiful little nod. A lot of people's last words are just rude. This is true. This is true. There's so many people whose last words are cursing somebody else. Or just being angry and bitter about dying, for that matter. So I feel like this is even if they aren't able to pass on their last words, having someone to remember them and to say something about them that was personal and unique to them as far as they knew them, is still a thoughtful thing, I think. In the end, all of us are just the stories that somebody else tells about us after we've gone anyway. So I kind of find this really kind of a sweet thing. Yeah, very well. If I stay in the village, I'll take care of the parting rites. You can count on me. I know I can. Thank you. Go ahead and prepare for your lessons. Better bring Nalia a few fruits. I will see you later. About Nalia. Is it true she's been drinking more and more? If the monsters won't get her, the poison will. I don't believe we can just ask her to stop. It may be better for you to avoid this topic in front of her. We'll see what we can do once the goblin threat is over, all right? To some extent, I think Nalia has lived long enough that she has deep regrets and wishes to die. In memory of Bob, nobody liked him. To the living we owe respect, but to the dead we owe only the truth. Indeed. Memory of Bob, cantankerous old fool, who was not very well liked, but had much to teach in his much to teach with his grumpy old ways. There we go. I've got apples in my backpack. I'm not hungry, but you go ahead. I don't know how long we can stay in this hut, so we'd better start our lesson right away. I guess a moment of relief won't hurt anyone. I could use a break from the outside world. Too many things are happening too quickly. Aw, even the kitty is hiding underneath the bed. Indeed, but worrying about the beasts won't help anyone now. Your tribe is doing well, preparing, rather than bickering about who they should blame. They've got some experience. There were the trolls not so long ago, and before that. I'm aware. Everyone here keeps bringing those events up as if they're all at all unusual. Windy Meadow definitely could use more bards. Let's lower our voices a bit. My head is aching. Well, somebody's a little hungover. Yes. Definitely quoting Voltaire there. Sometimes the judgmental sigh is worse than saying something. Speaking of the headache, yeah, about that, Fabel. I like you. All right. But I don't need a friendly ear, and if I did, I wouldn't go to a kid with eyes overflowing with dreams and questions. I need you to respect my boundaries. This is hard, because we want to help her. She's not doing well. And we know she's not doing well. But she's correct that respecting her boundaries would be preferred. It's just, if she's not willing to reach out herself, she's going to... Considering the town's needs right now, it seems selfish that she would try to drink herself to death. And Vates has been trying to reconnect her to at least Windy Meadow, the people of Windy Meadows, through Fabel. And also, you know, have Fabel learn things along the way. I mean, it's kind of a win-win situation for him, but it is not win-winning, if that makes sense. I want to say as you wish, because respecting her boundaries would be the polite thing to do. But in this instance, I'm not entirely certain we have time to respect her boundaries. She is, or was, rather, a competent adventurer. We may need her skills in the future. And if she's not capable because she's drunk off her ass, this could mean the death of the entire town. It's not just her that would get killed. I'm not stupid, you know. I may be young, but I ain't naive. I've seen my share of pain. I believe you, but you haven't experienced living yet. But how are you doing? Are you afraid? Oh boy. Yeah, I think we kind of are. Which is not terrible. We have gone through some terrible shit, and as much as we have survived it, we had help surviving it. We are not fine. These may be the last few days my friends and I will ever see. I hate sitting like this with nothing to do. I trust their judgment. Vates has the discipline of a true Roadwarden. Guards have kept the palisade in great shape. Latra and Vina have set enough traps to protect the outskirts, and I'm confident that Lacerta has what it takes to keep the panic under control. The goblins may enter our streets or steal a few trinkets, but they won't find their vengeance. But we can't fight the dragons or the werebears or the horned lions. If we were to reach that point, Right's dice would decide our fate. We'll either stay safe in the stronghold and then leave for good, or we'll get covered in the rubble. At least in this province, there aren't that many mole rats or trunk worms. Wait, where's your sword? On its way to Bertrus. It had been gathering dust for over a decade, and I sold it right before I learned I may still need it. But there's no point in judging my decision, now that the world has changed. It was the right call, and I'm already used to such jokes of fate. Keeping my blade here like an old trinket was a waste. 2 days ago we read a story. Feels more like 10 days, doesn't it? I want us to get back to it. We're going to improve it. Excuse me? You need to learn which parts work for you the best. A bard isn't meant to simply repeat the stories of the past. You need to broaden them, adjust them to your own needs. Take from the story only what you can use. The rest, either change or discard. We're going to make something new out of it. But I thought that bards are meant to memorize everything. The singing ones, sure. The rhyming and fixed structure helps them with that. But as a storyteller, you can change details on the spot, react to the crowd, shock them, or move to a new topic. Unlike singers, you'll have freedom of voice, time, and gesture. Use it to your advantage. The ever-waiting city, what would you change about it? Well, we could object and say, but it should stay true to its message. We could say that we could make it even more exotic. Although a city desert is pretty exotic compared to where we're at. Or a desert city, I should say. Or I could make the ending more dramatic. I mean, pretty much everyone dies at the end of it, so I'm not entirely certain how you can make more drama out of that, but sure. Choices. I think I'm going to say, but it should stay true to its message. I shouldn't just change a story. It meant something to someone, and I should keep it as it is. Your honesty won't matter to the people asking you for tales. The best you can hope for is that you'll get paid well enough to reach another place and get more work. Once you leave, your ideas will either fade away or shift into new stories. That's the truth of it. What's the problem? I'm lost. Remember how I went to make candles? Not really. I tried my best to tell the others something interesting, but they weren't moved or annoyed or curious. They had nothing to say, as if we were gossiping at the inn. I don't know. Didn't care? I bet they've forgotten about it already. And you're probably right. In my fantasies, people are crying, laughing, debating about my stories, but once I get a chance, I'm met with a polite shrug. Your stories aren't to blame. They're decent. But a bard shouldn't be just a jar of tales. People want a performer. Yes. A complex, honest tale may change one's life, but you'll be lucky to earn yourself a loaf of bread with it. A dancer with a lute can spout out rhymes about cute girls for a drunken crowd and leave with a heavy purse as well as admiration. Will no one listen to what I have to say? Some will, but that's not the point. The real question is if you're ready to make enough compromises to live on what you want to do. So you want me to both stay true to who I am and be someone others want me to be. At least until you earn enough of a reputation to let you do your own thing. Use gestures to your advantage. Modulate your voice. Shout, gasp, cry, act, draw attention. Play your flute. Improvise when things don't go your way. Or pizzas. People like those too. Yeah, pizzazz or pizza. One of the two. Offer honey both before and after the medicine. Others won't care about your message unless you earn it. What would you do if you were me? I trained in combat and was lucky and fierce enough to get rich and find myself a safe, comfortable home. I never strove to be an artist, so how can I give you advice? The bards of the southern tribes spend from 6 to 20 years memorizing poems, mastering music, juggling, and so on. Some of them are seen as priests or learn simple spells from their masters. I saw a few acrobats in the city. There's no way I can mimic them. Then don't. Find your own way to give others what they want, but if you think you can survive on your imagination alone, you need to squash your pride. Otherwise, stay true to yourself, but pay the price. Find yourself some safe work. You don't have to be a bard to come up with new tales. I don't know what to do anymore. I only know what I want. Can we just practice writing for now? Of course, dear. I think I'll have a cup of yogurt. Do you want some? I bet you've heard that I used to be known as the Gargoyle Slayer. Want me to tell you the real story? If you can't do those things, then clearly this career isn't for you. If I wasn't you, I wouldn't be a bard in the first place. Dealing with people, ugh, horrifying work. Indeed. All right. So we have seen the story of Vina and her father. Fabel values honesty over renown. We could have lied quite a bit. You can play their stories again to change what happens, but we have Lucidia the Herbalist. Actually, I think that might be an I. Lucidia the Herbalist. And then whatever the last chapter is. 12 years ago. You're late. I'm preparing my sleeping herbs. Apologies. Yudi refused to leave the house. I'm surprised she kept her eyes closed all the way here. We sort of had to give her a cup of apple wine just to make her fall asleep. I see. Come inside. Let her rest in warmth. We followed what you said, but I've got no clue what's wrong with her. Is she cursed? Don't be silly. Cursed by whom? The fairies? Better tell me what you've noticed. We gave her some dyed dough to play with, but she got bored with it. I don't know, like right away? She keeps using the same old toys over and over again. She ignores other children and avoids looking in our eyes. She's so quiet. Oh no, she's autistic. Did she understand the old proverbs I mentioned? Not even after I explained them to her. Also, the thing you told me about moving her bed to another corner. She was fretful, cried, yelled at me. It all fits. I don't think Lucidia is slower than the other children, but she needs a special type of care, a lot of patience. I wish I could give her all the time she needs, but now with our flock gone. Have you thought about our talk, Salvia? I agreed to help you. I'll raise her as my pupil. I can't believe we're even asking. I thought we could face all these struggles together as a family. Got a condition. Pay Firma as much attention as she needs. She's a good kid, but ain't ready for this wound. The girls need to stay in touch. And if I ever hear that you serve her wine to make her fall asleep, I'm gonna smack you so hard you wouldn't need to brush your teeth anymore. Now figure out what you're going to tell her once she wakes up. She ain't going to like it. If they hadn't lost their sheep on their farm, I think they probably would have been able to deal with things. But as it is. So we are currently over in Salvia's hut. My home, Salvia's hut, we are surrounded by the forest garden, but every now and then some animals come near searching for food. That's why we're responsible for the rituals that scare off the beasts, or at least make them kinder. Good to see the balm working. Any issues with it? Nah. Your help's priceless. The wounds were light, but let Putin's rest for a few more days. Life's too short to spend it in bed. Better than that than a pyre. For those of you who don't know, the reason why everyone here is cremated is because the bodies tend to rise from the dead otherwise. That is one of the core world-building things that you find out in Roadwarden, but they only allude to in Windy Meadow. So you don't leave the bodies of the dead lying around, because they tend to get up and try to kill you back. It's just a thing. Yeah, pretty much, Winter Fairy. Welcome in, by the way. One day, with your balm on, and he was well enough to sweep the floors for me. He's a brave young man. Great. Doesn't mean you should play around by play around the griffins, boy. You almost gave Arada a heart attack, falling into the river. Next time, ask her which beast you can approach. The last shepherd in the village, a strong soul, but she's been looking after her mother for years now, and it adds wrinkles to her face, poor thing. Yeah, I hear you. Did you apologize to her? Sure. Good. So, Mita, keep applying the balm for 3, maybe 4 more days. Come back if the pain doesn't fade away. Cheers, Usidia. We're lucky to have you. Anything else? How's the... Go ahead. The wedding. All's well? Ivolo's the one organizing the wedding. Moved to Windy Meadow after he grew tired of work and scheming, and since he enjoys taking strolls through our forest garden, we grew close. Says I'm fascinating. He's a bit skinny and has soft hands, but keeping the smile on his face takes strength. He regrets many of the things he did as a merchant. Interesting. Volo's handling most things. Unlike him, I've got work to do. Hey, Plague! Welcome in. It's lovely to see you today. Yesterday he ordered a set of beeswax candles from us. Your big day would suit the city folk. Ivolo says the city gives you safety and luxury, but takes away your freedom. I would surely welcome having no beasts at my doorstep, but I'd choose the serenity of our forests over the loud city folk. I mean, if it makes him happy. I guess he can afford it, because he is very wealthy. At least it will take place here, or I should go. So we're pretty sure that this third character that we're enjoying is a bit autistic. Which isn't a bad thing. It's just, in the setting of this world, autism would not be very well understood. Your signed poster finally came? Oh, that's awesome. Did you get your boy? Or is it the full cast? Imagine being autistic couldn't be me. Indeed, Plague, indeed. I have a number of autistic friends who are amazing people, so, like, autism does not mean that you can't function in the world, or even the world of Roadwarden. It just means that it is a bit of a different experience. It's the full cast? That's amazing, Plague. I'm so glad. You definitely should get that framed. And then send me pictures. Why are we not friends on Discord, by the way? In any case, at least it will take place here, as I think where we need to go with this decision. As long as I can look out at the green trees and meadows instead of gray pavement, I'm fine with Ivolo's cravings. I forgot that they were getting married. Autism just adds an odd set of starter traits to your existing character that makes for a slightly more challenging playthrough. You know, depending on where you are, and I suppose to some extent who your parents are, it's less that it's a more challenging playthrough and more that it's a playthrough at a different perspective. So, for example, if we were comparing having autism as playing Baldur's Gate 3, instead of making your own character and playing the normal way, you are playing one of the NPC backgrounds with the tragic history. It's a different perspective, but it's the same game as everybody else is playing. It's the same world. We all live in it. But again, I have autistic friends, and they get along just fine in the world. Every single one of them is unique, and I think they're really pretty cool. I don't know, it's been pretty challenging for me. I mean, life is a challenge for everybody, Plague. Unless you are of the silver spoon 1% variety who don't have to work for anything. You know, your Paris Hiltons. Yeah. Needless to say, it's a challenge for most people. I'm just as challenged as you are, in a different way. I feel that autism becoming more and more recognizable and understandable is actually helping things to some extent, but also we love to label things, so I don't know. It's all a mix. In any case, ain't you tired of your garden after all these years? Let's see here. Mita. She moved here to marry Castus when I was 10 and gave birth to Pudins only 3 months later. She hasn't escaped judging glances and words. Despite Salvia's efforts to make others accept her, she's grown distant from our tribe, yet visits our hut often and helps us spread bees in the forest garden. I do not understand this. She married into the tribe by marrying someone of the tribe. Like, the way that Roadwarden works is that every village is considered to be their own tribe. They haven't quite moved on from the understanding of tribal mindset, but it's interesting, their terminology. But because essentially Mita is from a neighboring tribe, so she's from a neighboring town, and she, you know, got married and moved away from her family, and no, you know, that should, the tribe should be more welcoming of that, because fresh blood is always useful when it comes to having children, but still she's considered to be an outsider, and that still causes problems. Whereas Lucidia is just different. She's autistic, and but because she's was born in the town, she's fine. Like, that mindset I will never understand. This woman married in. She's now part of your tribe. Come on. Anyway. Ain't you tired of your garden after all these years? Love its serenity. Every year is a bit different, yet mostly the same. I'll have a green dress. Even gonna get a green dress. Argentina took my measurements to the tailor. Argentina is a rich merchant from the city, a bit too eager to buy Salvia's leftover remedies. Got the feeling she sells them in the city for more than she's willing to admit. You were so young, I bet you don't remember mine. It didn't last long. Anyway, it was light blue. You looked lovely in it. You'll be so fancy, and you're so tall. You could play the Empress, you know, as an actress. Were the emperors really that tall? Don't know. That's what Fabel told me. Had a rough past, but is lucky to have a foster father like Priest Fates. A bright boy, but a bit too much of a dreamer to find the right place for himself in the village. I prepare to stains for his nightmares. Yeah, Fabel had a rough beginning. I mean, technically, his birth parents were lovely people, and then the bandits came and killed them in front of him and chopped his legs off. Needless to say, the nightmares are totally understandable. Let's try to be polite. Like, saying I guess he can afford it just seems not the politest thing you could say about your fiance, and I should go is a bit abrupt, although absolutely within the realm of an autistic person. We're gonna try to be polite. It takes you a deep breath to gather your patience. And how are you doing? Any big plans for autumn? Now that Pudens is gonna spend more time learning from Cass, his family used to cut these trees long before Windy Meadow was established. His farm provides us with food, honey, mead, and fodder. Without them, I doubt the Merchant Guild would still bother with us. I'll have 1 or 2 spare hours a day just for myself. Son of Castus and Mita, a bit of a mama's boy, but when his parents ain't around, he keeps getting into trouble. He is also somewhat of a simpleton, so I think he also has a bit of autism. Not gonna lie. So let me guess, back to embroidery? Would be so lovely. I'm starting with a simple flower, but plan to make this beautiful white house from my home village. You pay attention for a bit, but then get lost in the movement of her lips. You flinch once you encounter silence. So her brain just wandered off. Do we just give a empty platitude? That sounds great. Or do we ask her to repeat what she said because we missed it? We're trying so hard to be polite here. I think I'm going to ask her to repeat that. Can you repeat that? Sorry, Don't worry. Can tell you've got a lot on your plate. Should join the field workers anyway. Once again, thank you. Yep, cheers. And say hello to Salvia for us. Have a nice day. Almost forgot. Going to see your parents today. Want me to tell them anything? No, I don't. A basket for Mita. Pudens heals well. Heard everything. Anything soft or moist? 2 breams, fish soup? I'll prepare the herbs before you return. Bring water. You don't let the boy walk all over you. Good. Don't like children. Just sharing what I see. You're good with them. Didn't ask. Is it so late already? Bring a yellow onion for the soup if there are any left. Sure, no, just a spot. Greetings. Move to Windy Meadow after, Yep, we've read this before. Right on time. Are you ready? Are you ready for another walk? You'll get blisters from all this walking. You're sure you're ready. By your side, a long journey is but a stroll. Tell that to those twigs you call your legs. What can I do? I've got no one to prepare me so much as a hearty dinner. That won't change even after we move in together. Some exercise outdoors may help you, though. I'm ready to start right away. So now we are in the forest garden. It took us generations to tame our forest garden. It provides us with mushrooms, eggs, fruits, greens, herbs, and sticks. And best of all, I can wander around it for half a day, left only to my own thoughts. Well, not for much longer. Want me to do anything? I'm fine. Need to act with care. You know how precise my fingers are, and gentle. It's more about technique than anything. I could teach you how to handle mushrooms, but right now I need them to keep their spores inside. Thought you were supposed to let them spread around, make them grow. Our garden can't protect itself. These mushrooms would ruin the soil if they were to get out of hand. So they're like walnut trees. Who taught you that? Not the spice traders. You learn these things standing behind a counter. One day you hear a lengthy description of how to scratch cats, another how to load a ballista. Must be exhausting. Talking with people? That was the best part of the job. The only good part, actually. But how do you know whom to trust? Gossip and nonsense spread fast, and folks cling to decades-old spells no matter if they work or not. I sought other voices. Most clients had no reason to lie to me. Wouldn't offer my trust to others so easily. It's hard to build bridges without talking to others. I like people, that's all. And I like some of them. I was hoping you could use a bit of a stronger word. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. What do we do with this boy? I mean, he's not a boy, he's a fully grown man, but still. You're one of my best friends. Second only to Victus. My dearest friend, I'd cut away my arm if it were to help him. His wife died in labor, his daughter has been asleep for 3 months, and after his recent clash with a bear wolf, he won't be able to have another child. He's strong, but uses salvia's drops to fall asleep. We did not know that. Oh my. You make me feel as though things are going in the right direction. That's all I know and all I can give you. You're right. I don't know why I'm so vain. To me, your friendship is the greatest gift. But I need you to help me with the wedding a bit. We should decide what to do about your parents. Why? Stop. She is not happy with her parents. I mean, they did basically just give her away. The thing is that they didn't do it maliciously. They just didn't know what else to do. And I just don't think that they've had that heart-to-heart with her over this. I mean, she's grown up now. She could understand it now, but at the time, I don't think that they've connected, primarily because she's angry at them, and I don't blame her. There's a lot of adopted kids who feel this way. I'm not saying that I would know that experience. I'm not adopted, but I have known adopted kids who were absolutely perfectly happy with their adoptive parents, and I've known adoptive kids who were always confused and wondering why they were given away. So your mileage may vary. You've had time to think this through. You may regret pushing them away. Holding family together is difficult for all of us. But not this face again. You know I'll support your decision, whatever it may be. Old Salvia. I owe her everything. Since she's often the harbinger of bad news, our tribesfolk don't realize how much she's helping them, even though she never asks for payment. After she overheard my argument with a few farmers, she told me that she doesn't need others to tell her who she is. Well, Salvia can fulfill your parents' duties during the wedding. We don't have to invite them. Don't call her that. And give me just a few more days. I don't want to make this call for you, but soon I'll have no other choice. Let's talk about this later. If we are to share our path, remember that your actions affect me as well. Stop pushing me. On our path, you've got to accept me the way I am. I need time to think these things through. Can't fix my heart with a potion. I'm sorry. I want to be patient, but I can't be the only one who looks for compromises. You're mad at me? Guys? Guys? That's... What? No, I'm not. Why would you ask? Hard to tell. I can't read Salvia's face well, but for others... I can read Salvia's face well, but for others, I need time to learn. Let's just say that you should leave the beehive alone. Oh yeah, no, we're not going to touch the beehive. There's, bird, nests as well. There's mushrooms and flowers. But yeah, the beehive can just stay where it is. Can I hug you? Ooh. Of course. I'm gonna say of course. I'm a hugger person. I'm a huggy person. I like hugs. Hugs are the best. Of course. You've got as much time as you need. All the time in the world. Life doesn't wait. For anyone. No, but I do. Thank you. Now, if you don't mind, back to herbs. Need to forage for a bit before I head home. Lead the way, my lovely witch. Aw, they're cute. One evening, just like this one, my teacher tried... Again. Was just saying, was this time when my teacher tried to cook 2 batches of fish soup at once, for our farmers were too busy setting up the new wall. Ends with you spilling them both all over the floor, I remember. And how about the day I opened the cage of the duck your neighbors brought you for dinner? I know. Too bad we can't buy a few more stories on the market. And since when have we got dragons for such luxuries? I don't really bother with coins. The gift basket Salvia and I receive from our tribe are enough for us to live in comfort. I'm not complaining. If I were to seek more noise in my life, I'd spend an evening in Tasty Claw, our local inn. There's more than noise to find here. A few mugs shared with your neighbors wouldn't harm you. I'll see them on my walk through the village. Ain't a little girl, know how to make friends. Got Victus if I need a shoulder to cry on. To heal folks, you need to gain their trust, or they'll lie to you, from embarrassment if nothing else. I'd rather learn more about herbs. To heal folks, I need to be better at, well, healing. Learn enough to earn the trust of others. There ain't enough knowledge for that, and even if I don't have it, and if I did, I lack time to pass it on to you. I mean, she is an older woman. You don't need to work for their trust. You hardly ever leave the house, yet everyone trusts you. You know that ain't true. Some folks won't see me unless they're desperate. And the trust took time. You can't imagine how much of it. Been healing them for 3 generations. Practiced with the 4th one still around. You could also spend time some time outside. You could also cross the gates from time to time. A brief chat won't kill you. Now you're just changing the topic. You're lonely. Just alone. Or maybe you're right. But I've made mistakes in the past, and I accept the consequences. Still, I've got you around. Still afraid of losing your wits. Those thoughts about losing your wits keep haunting you, it seems. What can I say? You know me well. All the things I've seen, the herbs I've tested, locked in my memories, like in a chest, and who knows... Oh. And who knows how long with its key will stay with us. The others deserve my knowledge, but if anything happens to you, all of this will be gone, for good. Now stop distracting me. The tribesfolk ain't ashamed, as I examine their wounds, pimples, crotches, and the dirt in their hair. Earned their trust, or at least honesty. I don't need to seek their friendship. Exactly what I want. Can't stand hearing about their burned dinners, discords, and the uncles from the other side of the hills. Be smarter. The things they share may be of great importance. Gossip helps us understand their illnesses. But more importantly, you don't want them to see you as a stranger. And why's that? You ain't old. Not yet. Doing my best to get there. Listen to what the folks say when an herbalist my age locks themselves in a cabin. She's lived so close to the trees that she needs no human tongue. She's seen it all, her days seek not. The simpler answers escape them, that my back aches, that my legs are weak. But you're suspicious to them. Dangerous, some would say. Weird, at best. They ain't wrong. Ask Temnus and Belega, my parents. You're greater than the hurt you carry. But stay tethered to your past, and the anger will control you, even after you have come to regret it. I mean, technically both of these statements are true. She does need to be honest with herself, and she does need to find the right balance between her anger with her parents over them giving her away and her need to stay connected to the town, of which her parents are a part of. I mean, she has a younger sister, for crying out loud. The anger that she has over her parents giving her away is understandable, but it's not helpful to anyone. And I don't think anyone has sat her down and explained to her, really, that it is not that they loved her any less, that they gave her away. It was that they did not know how to help her or to give her the attention and time she needed for her to grow up well. So they went to the only person they thought would help, would be able to give her all of that. And that's a hard conversation to have. It's a very hard conversation to have. Lots of people who give their children away for whatever reason they do. No judgments. Not every one of them can face, that the day that when it comes that this child of theirs comes back and goes, why did you give me away? What was wrong with me that you could not love me enough? And I just don't think that her parents didn't love her enough. I just think that they did not know how to help her. So, I mean, we saw that for ourselves. I need to be honest with myself, I think is the best answer here. I need anger, and fear, and worries. My heart's a part of me. Herbalists kill parts of themselves to help their tribe. In return, our neighbors aid us and feed us. I don't bother anyone. If the others leave me alone, I'll be the best herbalist they can hope for. I got the right to stay on my own path. People don't work like that, Eusidia. You need to meet them halfway. Let me focus on the soup. Saying that she's wrong, it's not going to get us anywhere. She's not wrong, unfortunately. And be sure to look into the well. Might have just been a dream, but let's not risk it. I'll do my best. Try to clean up a bit. Just me and the clouds. A little slice of peace. We're at Arata's farm, which is the closest to our little cabin. Arata's farm is placed here as the last line of defense against monsters. If a beast is hungry enough to ignore all the spells spread around our forest garden, it's better for it to steal a sheep than hunt for our neighbors. Well, good morning, Ludi. You could be a farmer waking up this early. The last shepherd in the village, a strong soul, but she's been looking after her mother for years now, and it adds wrinkles to her face, poor thing. Look at those wrinkles. You know what? She's known you since you were a baby, so probably. Hello, hello. Well, I could look after the chickens. You say that now, but wait until they get scared by a marten. Then there's nothing but combing the tree crowns for them all morning. I'd rather get me some pigeons. They hardly need any work, but every time we tried to keep them, they flew back to the hills. So how's your mom doing? Should I see her? Lana, a farmer and animal breeder, half a century ago she overcame the plague that killed thousands, and then she offered refuge to desperate travelers, especially orphans. Her shell has been frail ever since, but is now on the verge of death. Nah, she won't let you. She sleeps all day long. Whenever she's awake, she either sobs or shouts. Once we bring her some water and mashed apples, she stares at the ceiling until she passes out. And her medicine? You know how it is. A few drops here, a few there. It's so bitter. I have a bad feeling about the lifespan of that farm. It's in a very flammable-looking area. Yeah, no kidding. She says we're poisoning her. I don't know how to calm her down anymore. Her lungs won't get any stronger. She may need your honesty. Come on, girl. I can't be that cruel. Truth may help you both find peace. Mom has always been brave, you know. Of course. She's a hero. She escaped beasts, bandits, and tax collectors. What do you... Her shell may still win. Just one more time. That is a kind of denial. Unfortunately. To be quite honest, there are so many stories of people hearing that they have a terminal illness and spending the last of their days just trying to be comfortable and coming to terms with that the honest conversation is really what's best for everybody in this situation. We also have an ad starting in about 10 seconds or so, so if you get caught in that ad, we'll see you on the other side, but I will continue with the story anyway. Feel free to grab the VOD on YouTube if you want the ad-free version. You need to have an honest conversation with her. Don't suffocate her with hope. Speak with your mom heart to heart. Like Salvia's told you, you still have time to discuss what's coming next. The best our balms and powders can do is reduce her pain, and they're at your disposal, of course. Thank you, Yudi. Well, time to go. Stay strong, Errata. You as well. You as well. Hey, anyone inside? The cabin is about my age, and I used to rest inside before crossing the bridge. Now my days are too short to let me waste time like that. Guess I'm alone. Still, no wasps, but the raccoons keep peeing everywhere. Should talk to Lacerta about this spot. Has no human scent. Sooner or later, a bear will move in. Why do we even keep this place around? Areta's kids are in the city. She's got enough space and rooms for our guards and hunters. And I'll also have a room to spare once Salvia... I mean, she is an older woman. She is not going to live forever. And you're marrying. Lady, you'll have rooms in your new giant house. Assuming he can talk you into moving into it. No point in deceiving myself. Once Salvia is gone, though I guess I'd rather not have some strangers distracting me. This is the Stone Watchtower, the oldest building, or rather, the oldest ruin in Windy Meadow. Every kid in the village gets scolded at least once for climbing to its top. How many centuries need to pass before the tribes figure out a recipe for fish that would go well with cider? I'm sick of matching with beer. And how many centuries before you learn to remove every fish bone for me? Trying to kill me, Lizardhead. Don't be a crybaby. Open! Good day, you two. Feasting on the regular, I see. Mr. Scrake, welcome in. Thank you for the lurk. How are you today? But am I catching a whiff of malt? Want to join us? We're celebrating. I'm glad to hear you're good. WDY, what? You'll have to type it out for me, Mr. Scrake. I'm, dumb sometimes. What about you? I'm doing well. We're still in Windy Meadow, a Roadwarden story. So, I'm enjoying myself, as much as, as I can, because this is a good story. What's the occasion? Our anniversary. Just take a look at these new fish hooks. Real beauties. It's nothing. Back in my day, all we needed was a pile of sharp sticks. I bet Vina could still remind you how to hunt without a set of fancy rods and nets. Tell me if you feel any pain. I'd recommend avoiding the old fishing methods for someone who's missing a limb. Just an herbalist's opinion. He's just an oaf, always chipping in, blabbering on about how he knows nothing about... Nuh-uh. At least the wooden leg keeps you safe from the leeches. Even in the old days, I wouldn't fish with just a pointed stick. You'd need allies, and you'd throw half your catch to Saurians as a bargain. I'll take the new methods any day. Doesn't hurt at all, thank you, darling. Say thanks to Sylvia. This one's on her. Yeah, we should visit her. I've just been so busy the last few days. Folks open their sheds and find all these broken tools. Please do. She'd appreciate it. Maybe you need something from the smithy? Doubt you've got enough iron to spare for a new ladle? Maybe not, but I could make one from wood and shells. Now, want to join us? The air is fresh, the beer's cold. Another time. Got the entire tribe to look after. Suit yourself. To me, moments like these are worth more than a sack of dragon bones. For a sack of dragons, I'd totally ditch you. You wouldn't know what to spend it on. Yeah, they're definitely old friends who bicker. So now we are at Victus's house. Victus and his wife were expecting to have a large family like his parents, so they secured a spot in this large house, but now he'll have to share the space with another couple. Is there anything else we can try? I'll get you the ingredient you need even from the darkest woods. We've tried everything that's in our power. I'm so sorry. You want me to leave her like this? In eternal sleep? We can't allow it. Her shell grows weaker by the day. We're lucky Imera still swallows water and food. Once the bed sores appear, she's gonna wither in pain. Is there anything I can do? Don't you have a secret magic potion or a powder touched by the spirits? I'll pay you, no matter how much you want. I wish there was. Look at me, talking nonsense. The last thing I can think of is taking her to the city. Not that many herbalists there, but there are scholars, alchemists, mages. They'll ask you for a pile of dragons. Ivolo. He offered to lend me as many bones as I need. I'll worry about that later. He feels safe with you around. You deserve his help. We paid those healers to help Mom, and they left us with a lighter purse, nothing else. A huntress and a mother, always polite and eager to follow Salvia's advice. While we can't cure her, we're trying to make her comfortable. Sad to see someone so strong, unable to use her talents and knowledge. Can any even endure such a journey? The bite of a venomous snake has put her into a 3-month sleep. No balm or potion has helped her, even though Salvia did her best. Oof, that's rough. Didn't know what had happened to her, but now we know. It was a snake bite. You know I can't promise that, but no mage would waste their time traveling here. They'll stay behind their stone walls unless someone drags them out of here. I've heard these rumors. Something about goblins approaching the village. You know anything about this? Goblins? Dad found the paw prints. If they were to attack the village, my sword could save lives. He's a talented hunter, but has had his share of poor judgment behind him. Helps me keep our forest garden free of predators. Since his wife got sick, he drinks a bit too much. Don't be dramatic. Some big apes won't threaten our tribe. For now, focus on your own problems. You're right. Should speak with Vates and Ivolo, and my family too. They'll help me decide what to do next. The priest has led an eventful life, knows how to listen, how to lead, how to stay honest yet polite. I envy his empathy, though I know from his conversations with Salvia that he struggles with doubt and remorse. Great. If they have any questions about any, tell them to speak with Salvia. Oh, one more thing. You ain't gonna agree to this, but I still need to ask you. You freeze thinking about being torn away from your home, about the endless disasters it would cause, a rock slide of threats. Losing your hunt, woods, rituals, and familiar faces, your last moments of comfort, of breath. You know I don't travel. My hands shake whenever I think about leaving our home. I was just hoping that... Forget it. You're my friend, but you can't change your nature. Glad you asked. Maybe someone else would be willing to join you? You're strong, Victus. You can do this. I simply have no time to despair. All I can do is put trust in the right. The woods hide no gods nor spirits, just the howling wind. Oh no, her cat's in a tree. We are by the apple tree. Surrounded by the walls and buildings, the big apple tree looks like a prisoner here. An old drunk with a difficult past and chest filled up with dragon bones. She never asked Salvia or me for help. Not my problem. Nalia in the village before dusk? Yet still, talks to no one, keeps her distance. I mean, she did ask me not to bother her, too. I'm still responsible for her health. Good day, Nalia. I'm sorry? Oh, greetings, herbalist. Need any help? Medicine and such? I'll pass. Maybe with your cat? I'm not sure. It's kind of just sitting there. It doesn't even cry. It's been 2 hours already. What's the cat's name? Does it have a name? Not really. Kind of a waste of time naming a pet that lives so close to the woods. So many gluttons here, and foxes. And badgers. Meh, badgers are slow. It's a pretty short tree. Tree's short though. The cat can just jump down. It's afraid of the cobblestone. It's used to the views of the forest and to having the lower branches to support it. Makes sense. Human hands carve rather unusual landscapes. Yet we can't outdo nature, trust me, the things I've seen. But that's a long story. Are you attached to it? But you have grown attached to it. No doubt about it. Still no name. Names are inventions, like words. It's not like a cat could understand them. You sure about that? No. We could ask someone for help. Plenty of strong arms around here, and ladders. We could take it out of the tree. I'd rather give it some space. What for? Call it building trust. I'll let it ask me for help first. Got the patience for it? At this point, I'm past patience. I'm going to out-stubborn it. I mean, that's really all you can do with a cat. Well, if you need my help, just ask. You sure I can't do anything for you? Well, do you know anything about cats? It started peeing around the house. This and that. Could grab some gloves and have a look tomorrow. I'd speak with Errata, too. She's our beastmaster. Thank you. I'll see you around. Yep. And now I feel 10 years older. Thanks, cat. I like that cat. I kind of enjoy spending an evening in Tasty Claw every now and then, but most of the time I'd rather be back home, preparing for the next busy day. Any news? Hi! Heard about the goblin thing? Better speak with the hunters. I don't think he realizes how much he's changed our village. The previous inn was a dirty dive and its owner didn't care about the tribe's demands. After he had cracked his head against the stairs, we lacked a place of gatherings. Stabulus's Tasty Claw is a welcome spot, and the innkeep makes sure to seal the bottles before our neighbors get lost in them. I will. What do you have for me? Victus is thinking about leaving for the city with Imera. Someone may want to join them. Him? Leaving? Sucks. I'm sorry, Eucidia. Yeah, thanks. All good with you? All good. All good. Just need some time to think is all. And now we're at the cemetery. I never come here unless I need to speak with the priest. An empty haunting field. And snakes like it too. What about this one? Looks similar, but it's poisonous. The color and shape are right, but the cap needs to be round. Well, this time I only made 2 mistakes. Good job. Soon I'll be ready to put my finds in the stew without your help. I don't mind teaching you. Teaching others is part of my job. Just spread some knowledge on your own. Make my life easier. May not be easy to sprinkle the mushroom hunting lessons on top of my sermons, but I'll do my best. Truth be told, the mushrooms are just step 1. I wanted to move on to berries next, once they show up on the shrubs. Can't you just bring them to our hut like all the others? Or pick them only from the plants the foragers look after? Guess it won't be much of a secret for long now, so I'm considering leaving, at least for a year. And since I no longer have a goat beast to ride on, I'd rather take an example from the wayfarers. Hoping to fill up your stomach with berries and mushrooms? Good luck with that. Better safe than sorry. I only know the local plants, and a year sounds like a long journey. I hope to learn some patterns from you. I won't memorize all the berries, but I could figure out which types to avoid. Fine. Why leave? Why leave at all? Roads are rough. Hard to explain. Let me see. There's this one village in the far west. It used to mean a lot to me, but for more than a year now, it's been weirdly quiet. No news nor merchants. And on my way there, I want to visit a few other spots I used to protect, see how they've changed. Let's call this one last patrol before the autumn of my life catches up with me. So you've got a death wish. Like the tablets say, her regret was what she chose, not what fell upon her. I'm trying to figure out how I feel. If I'd rather risk my remaining years completing abandoned duties, making things right, or staying here but swallowing the bitter truth about myself. But what this truth is, I'm not sure. That you've changed. Maybe it really is that simple, huh? But speaking of soul searching, you mentioned that Victus needs to talk with me, and I'll go to him soon, of course, but since you two are like siblings, how do you feel? I can't ask him to stay. Not good, but can't ask Victus to stay. Right now he needs my help, not the other way around. Let's not lose hope. No Serbins, please. Not because the rights promise. Not because of the rights promises. But because Victus has a strong soul and a shell trained to combat. Because he's healthy, he has a family and friends. Because it's still early spring. You want me to draw hope from my wits. Since you don't pray, why not try this way? At least the village priest understands that not everyone prays. That it's fine. We are at the logging camp. The city needs wood for some sort of temple, I think, but they've been cutting our trees a bit too eagerly. We should be fine, but we can't afford other large changes to our woods. Well, about that. Are my eyes playing tricks on me? The young witch has left her hideout. I've got 2 things to discuss. Shoot. My neighbors will offer you all a decent meal for a cart full of leftover branches. We need them for fire. We're lacking decent logs. We can only spare the twigs. Thought you're supplying Stabulus. He asked us first. Huh. Next question, then. When will you set off? We've got an important delivery. Tell us more. Victus and his daughter. Oh, I thought you meant like a letter. Wolfang, welcome in. Welcome in. Enjoy your popcorn and feel free to sit back and relax. But it's lovely to see you. How are you, my friend? So I misspoke. Can you leave tomorrow? We're waiting for a caravan to pick us up. The guild will send a few empty wagons and a full squad of guards, and we're already behind schedule. You could pay us, I guess, for mercenary work, but we'll split the coin with our bosses, so we won't be cheap. Discuss the price with Ivolo. Shouldn't we go to Victus? Ooh, do we pull rank, or do we, give them an excuse? I'm doing alright. I mean, obviously, I'm enjoying myself in Windy Meadow, a Roadwarden story. For those of you who've been around long enough to have seen my full playthrough of Roadwarden, you know why I would go back to this world, and it's interesting things. But I'm glad to know that you are doing fine. How to answer these guys? Victus is busy. Victus has other problems to deal with. Please, go to Ivolo first. Very well. Cheers. Won't bother you any longer. No problem. Ape shit. Seems like we'll miss your big day. We'll save you a bottle of mead. Too bad I won't get to see you in a wedding dress, though. I bet you can't wait till the ceremony, huh? You try to ignore their strange gaze, the flickering flames, the loud creatures of the night, the long walk home that's still ahead of you. Despite the cold night, sweat is gathering on your forehead. All you want is to get away, to leave the weight of this long day behind. Well, doesn't matter which one we pick. I don't know. Maybe. Must go. Good night. Sure. Bye. The loony Udi, right? You know, to some degree, I think they were just trying to be polite, and to some degree they were just being terrible people. Oh my god. What would they know? Day 3. We are in the town square. People gather at the square to chat or barter. Wish there was a spot where I could hide. How are you, Udi? My younger sister. While my parents have cast me aside, they kept her under their roof, and she's still friendly towards them. Since she's a guard, I guess she's got enough time to restore her patience. So now you're saying it just to annoy me. Great. Have you considered that your name's kind of long? So what's next? You'll call Lacerta Lacey or Argentina Argy? Maybe lazy and arguey. I'm gonna give my big sister reaction. I'm drinking the herbs you gave me. The tisane? Can see it's been working. Yep, no acne. Remember to stay away from milk, but give some hard cheese a try. I've been missing it so much I drink it anyway, pustules or no pustules, and I'd lie to you about it. Your skin won't outsmart anyone. How are you holding up? Could be better. Wish I spent more time with Victus this spring. This may be the last day I ever see him. Well, who knows if we'll make it till summer anyway, with those goblins around. The spirits are testing our patience. We're the right? Sure. Don't know Victus all that well, but even I'm sad to see him leaving. You'd like him. Everyone does. I guess. Some people are unhateable. Look who's talking. Last time that what's-his-face, Areta's son, visited Windy Meadow, he kept asking me about you. Once I mentioned that you work late hours, he looked at me as if I had broken his toy. Oh, Elan. I used to go out with him. First time I'm hearing about this. Good. He and I share some secrets. Huh? You know, shared enjoyment. Come on now. Shag? Oh. Oh, I see. He's married now, so keep that between us. Keeping secrets is the foundation of my job. I know, I know. And have you and Ivolo... Don't even finish. But have you? How was it? What are you, 12? What's the point of asking if you're going to assume that we have? Who else will talk with you about this? Well, I don't really lie in this game. Shared ice cream together. Yeah, exactly. Shared ice cream. There's not much to say. There ain't much to talk about. We had fun. He was cute and clean. That's all. It takes time to open up to each other and learn how to have fun together. Tell that to all the spouses who ask Salvia if eating salmon would help them reignite their beds. Oh. Your friends are coming. Greetings, witch. We're sorry to interrupt. Duty calls. I'm ready to go. What's your plan, or is it a secret? Have no fear. Latro and Vina will set up a trap in the forest garden. We're heading there right now to have a look around. The soldiers come and go, replaced by new ones every year or two. Ain't much better than mercenaries. We need them, and they take us for granted. Must admit, Paraga's hair is spectacular. Guess I won't have a chance to forage anytime soon. At least not without an escort. Can't say I approve of you staying at the hut. Maybe try moving your master to the stronghold? Nights may get violent. Can't even convince her to cut down on the herbs she puts in her pipe. Her routine is sacred. Then let's hope those furry dimwits stay away from her. So, bye, oh wise witch. Want me to say anything to Mom and Dad? Stop. No, thank you. Thank you, but can't think of anything. Sure. See you soon. Wow, the red haze of anger. Question. Listening. You saw what happens to a village that falls to the wrath of the herds. We can tame only small parts of the woods. If our presence shakes the beast realm too much, too quickly, they unite themselves to strike human settlements, bringing back the lost balance. That's why our forest garden is already generations old. It takes patience. Not really a question, is it? Tell me about it. Afraid of the goblins? I hope our forest garden won't suffer. This garden was nourished by our tribe. I'd be heartbroken if something were to happen to it. Ooh, well, you know, about that. Don't worry, no apes are gonna threaten our trees. They may take away some eggs or berries, or maybe trample a few herbs, but they'll respect the land. Wonder if the goblin dads and moms discipline their children, teach them restraint. Can't say I know the answer to that. Our neighbors are in danger. Don't want to see the others get hurt. It's their call. They want to provoke the goblin tribe instead of waiting. They'll face consequences of their judgment. But then it's you and me who'll be tasked with patching them up. Those whose parents... We're those parents who try to stop two bullies from jumping at each other's throats. Well, I guess you and I are safe. Want to think our rituals would stop the goblins from taking our hut by storm. Unless there's, I don't know, 50 of them. The other homes ain't as protected, though. Not sure how much they can rely on traps and fences. Good thing it's spring. Those memories are now lost to the fog. I remember the days of hunger, angry looks, people crying after our caravan was robbed by bandits and our guards taken away by slave hunters. We lost so much. Was sure I would leave my home for good and seek work in the city, but our elders decided to clear a chunk of the woods, secure a new pasture, risk it all. The beast showed up before the last tree had hit the ground. The runners and dragonlings hit the clearing and the fields, tearing our youth to pieces. The unicorns led apes, bears, and boars, breaking through our walls with a single strike of its massive head, right into the elders and the children. No one tried to fight them, and yet no one escaped. The roads were overwhelmed by saurians. I was lucky, if that's the right word. Me and my two cousins were spearfishing in the pond at the edge of our forest garden. There was no smoke, but the shouts reached us. Climbed the trees to watch the carnage and left right away. We couldn't do anything. But the path to Bertrus was far from safe. We were shown a healthy dose of mercy, but couldn't all find work. I was the only one with a healthy shell, so I joined a group of settlers and left for Windy Meadow.
though it had no name back then.
You used to be a fisher? Spearfishing?
Just one of many things I tried as a girl. Was meant to be a forager and a keeper of the forest garden. That's what convinced the settlers to take me with them. But for the first few years, I did whatever they asked me to. We spent years living in small cabins, struggling to stay afloat, but there were some good days too.
Who taught you how to use herbs?
Healers from other villages. I knew this and that already, but after a few of us died from simple fevers, the others agreed to pay the tribes for their knowledge. We then returned the favor. That's why you had a roommate for one summer.
Yeah, one very long summer. Do you think about your first tribe often?
No. Can't recall their faces or names. Just a few glimpses. My father's laughter, the scent of the blooming pond. But they were decent folks, faced their struggles together, helped their poor. As a child, I was happy when not hungry.
Have you ever got in touch with your cousins? What happened to your cousins after that? Have you ever got in touch with them?
Merchants wrote messages for us on wax tablets from time to time. Sadly, my family never escaped poverty. The wounds they gained before we reached the city were like a chain. Their children managed to get out of there, looked for adventure, and took on dangerous jobs. The cauldron we use as a gift is as a gift from them.
So there were times when you didn't shun meeting new friends.
Since when are you so chatty?
Even when I was 10, you had visitors from other villages, herbalists, mages. Now there are 1 or 2 messengers a year.
I'm old and tired, and so are the people with whom I used to share knowledge, dead, sick, or just caring about other things. As my thoughts and dreams get slower with the years, I find comfort spending my time in my head or counting the breaths of our forest. Friends leave us, sooner or later. And feeling lonely on some days ain't the worst thing in the world.
What's behind this loneliness?
You know the answer. What do we think her answer is? Do we think her answer is because of us? Because she's got no offspring? Because she grew tired of people? Or do we directly ask her not to make us guess? What do we think, chat? I would love to hear your thoughts. I understand people suck. Yeah, well, they do kind of suck sometimes. You grew tired of people.
Folks have started making you angry. You grew tired of them.
That's part of it, sure. But I felt the same way when I was, your age maybe. Think for a moment.
Well, for years now you've been insisting I should get married. As if it's something you missed in your own path. Is that a don't want you to repeat my mistakes I'm hearing?
Mistake may be the wrong word. I could have married a terrible soul, or a kind one that would have died young.
Right. Can't be sure your life would have improved at all.
Yet you shouldn't plan each step you take based on the dream outcome. Too much chaos, too many tragedies. I've seen many of them, yet my life has been peaceful for the most part. I regret avoiding responsibilities, waiting for an accident to bring me my children, then having no one by my side as they went away in a pyre. Getting old, thinking that maybe one day I'd have a change of heart. Rejecting friendships, wanted to make sure I wouldn't lose my touch as an herbalist, and my heart would break if I were to see yet another village lost to a disaster. I'd rather be tribeless. I said these very words. I won't say that I've wasted these years or that I've no peace in me. I would just prefer if things had ended up differently. And yet you still raised a daughter, so I don't know what the problem is. I don't love Ivolo. Never felt love. I sometimes crave intimacy, but I don't think I'd feel good having it only with my betrothed. I care about you and Firma, but don't dream about having someone to hug as I wake up, or planning my future with them, or making sacrifices for them, or growing old looking in their eyes. I just don't know. Tried to give it a shot, tried to understand what others want. Doesn't look like I'm like them. You may not fall in love easily, but you can get attached to someone. Build a new routine with them. What then? Get married? Hope I'd fall in love with my spouse in 5, 10 years? Don't have to love your spouse to build a happy life with them. Why did you agree to marry him?
Whew. I mean, we do like him. He is our best friend. Everybody else around our age is getting married. Our best friend Victus got married. I should say our other best friend Victus got married. Had children. What do we think, guys? What do we decide for this one? Three, I'm going out with a bang. Oh, Trav. Sure, why not? It may be the last chance I'll ever get. It was the first time someone said they loved me, and who knows, maybe the last. Well, you're quite unique, that's for sure. I take after you. Have you decided where you'd live if you were to go through with the wedding? His place. It's nice, very clean. I wouldn't expect him to be the one running around with a broom and a desk cloth. Pay others to do that for him. His parents should have done a better job teaching him to pick up his toys. But I already know what's going to happen. He'll get bored with me. I'll get sick of him. What then? The good thing is you're both busy. You two will be a pleasant distraction for each other, not the root of your lives. Would be nice to have someone to talk to in the evenings. Hello, bird. Bye, bird.
Especially after I'm gone. Keep saying that, but you're the healthiest old lady I've ever seen. An herbalist is never just an old folk. I've got a few more tricks to teach you. What a mysterious witch you are. Bleh. I'm brewing herbs, not dabbling in curses. As if anyone can tell the difference. I could eat something. How about cookies? How about actual food? Go ahead and make some yourself. Don't talk to me like that, young lady. Aw, they're cute together. This is gonna be a terrible night. Huh? What's going on? Wake up! Gotta leave! Is it morning already? Fire! The forest is on fire! Is it here? Almost. Put on your robe. Latro's waiting. But the bombs! I'll grab what I can. Get dressed. I'll let the food burn, and we'll have time to pick spring herbs in the wildwoods. Let's take the summer and autumn plants. Got used to our cauldron. It's used up, but it's always been there. What matters is that we'll be safe. Salvia used to have nothing. We can start anew. All these balms, potions, powders, gone. Could carry a few essential jars, maybe some wound and fever remedies. As a kid, I used to open these just to smell the ground herbs until they got moldy. It helped me memorize them better. Volo could teach me how to read, now that I think about it. Could use some labels instead of keeping the jars all cryptic. Never cared much about clothes, and neither did Salvia. I'll borrow something from Firma. We're so similar, she and I, yet she's so close with our parents. It's kind of her to pretend she likes me. Sometimes a mask is all we can ask for. My treasures. I've mislaid each toy my parents brought here, but kept everything Salvia made for me. I know every creak in this floor, every wood grain above my bed. This is goodbye. My room is just that, a pile of memories. Good to see you, boy. What happened to the village? Safe for now. It's all my fault. Are you hurt? Better to head out. Arata's waiting for us not far away from here. We may face some desperate beasts, so take your weapons. Maybe a sleeping powder or a burning elixir? I'd rather take a few more jars of medicine, but so be it. Thank you. Forgive me. I thank the right for your warning, Latro. Wait until you hear the entire story. Is Lana with you? We should go. Now. Rada's husband, a farmer who'd rather spend his time with noble griffins than with humans, doesn't drink much but spends many hours distilling unusual hard drinks, which we sometimes use for our remedies. The bridge is cut off by flames. They'll reach the sheepfold soon. We should set the sheep free. They won't survive in the woods on their own. I'm afraid you're right. Me and my daughters will look for them. Let's open the gates. They'll trample you. Stay out of the flock's way. Let's regroup by the large rock. We can call for our neighbors from there. What about the Saurians? They're too busy fleeing from the smoke, I bet. Well, there they are. Though I don't see Lana. A healthy diet and daily labor have kept Limos in great shape, despite his wooden foot. A bit of a windbag, but he's kind. Hey, PP, thank you for the lurk.
Start with Salvia, Latro, and Arata. They need to speak with the mayor as soon as possible. If anything happens, go up the river. I'll be looking for you. So we are by the big rock. The favorite gathering spot of the village children. Could it be where we are to find our end? Nope, not today. Are you alright? I think I need a hug. Day 4. Where everything went horribly wrong. And we're back at where we began her story, in the ruins of what was the cabin. I know it makes sense that a wooden cabin wouldn't last, but I kind of assumed it would be here forever. 60 years of memories, gone like dry cloth. And what are you staring at? No goblins behind our backs. They won't be able to sneak up on us in this wasteland unless the mole rats get to us from below. I'll keep you safe. Just don't stain your perfect attire in a fierce battle trance. Could at least bring a sword instead of a knife. I didn't know you were a fencer. Who taught you how to fight? A true mistress of swords and words, hired by my parents. Her lessons were painful but enlightening, all 2 of them. She then mentioned I'm a lost cause and declined to waste her time on me. But as long as I can help you get back to the boat, my pride won't suffer. Thank you, Salvia. I like my robe a lot, but I ordered much lighter clothes for the wedding, for both of us. Perfect for the warm, late spring. You city folk are more vain than peafowl. I wish you could see some of our costume balls. They're atrocious. Would pay the entrance fee to watch Salvia dance. There's no fee. You need to be invited. Even better. Found it. Unscathed. Threat dismissed. A smile from the spirits. You said these herbs were rather common. But essential for Purdy, Imera, and Priega and others, all their lingering problems. Means we've got enough time to get in touch with other tribes and ask for them for supplies. Congratulations, then. We're in need of good news. But we're done here. All that's left is to ask some strong folks to search the rubble for iron scraps. The travels that await us are going to be a pain, not something my shell could endure. No neighbor of ours has a horse, right? Not really. I'll hire a messenger for you at the roadside inn in the north. He's already done some tasks for me. And, of course, I'll be happy to cover the essential purchases from the neighboring villages. Yet the cost of all of this. I want to be a part of our village, including its troubles. Yes, my next year or 2 will be a bit lean, but my business in the city is doing better than ever, mostly because I'm not the one pulling the strings. I'll be fine. Thank you. Though I don't expect to get even more gratitude, from me. Ever since you offered me that spare room, you've got all the thanks I can offer. I don't mind. We'll be family soon. What if I wasn't gonna move in with you? Huh? Do you plan to stay with someone to the wedding? Quite a pious gesture from you. Not sure there will be a wedding. You said you'd thought this through already. If I were to go on my own way, would you throw Salvia out? Wait. I don't think this is about control. So the you can't control me like that
isn't really the way we've been acting. She does have her doubts, which she was discussing before the fire happened, and now, unfortunately, the world has changed far too fast for her, and she's kind of freaking out. So I honestly think that the things are changing too fast option is the truth, the truest truth here. As much as Evolo doesn't necessarily understand, I think that's the heart of the problem here. Things are changing too fast. Got so many things to deal with, all that's going on. I can't keep up. Evolo didn't invite me for your sake. We've made a deal, he and I. What do you mean? I won't wait 20 years for another hut and another forest. Every season may be my last. Don't have the strength nor the patience to wait for things to go back to the way they were. Evolo has offered me a room for years to come. What does he get in return? He'll write a book for me. Make sure my knowledge of herbs and forest gardens won't be forgotten. It may reach the city and all the tribes of our province. I'd rather pay a monk to turn our notes into a decent manuscript, but yeah. These tales will be worth a fortune, and I could hire a scribe to make 5, 10 more copies of it over the next few years. Send it to other cities for a good price. Just imagine. My memories would enter monasteries, show people what you, I, and my masters have discovered. Then, all the scholars and herbalists would compare it with their own notes, seeking a better truth. I'm happy for you. That's great news. I'm happy for you. Was hoping to tell you about this once we could see a bit of peace, but I'm glad you're on my side. Do you really think I could hurt and humiliate an elder just to punish you for rejecting me? I mean, since there are no goblins in sight, I'll make sure the boat is still, what's the word? Moored, I guess? Join me once you're ready to head back. But I need your final decision, Eucidia. Today, if I were to send someone to the inn tomorrow morning, I could still contact my family and guests and return the wares and supplies I ordered for the wedding. There's nothing wrong with having doubts, but I want to trust you and I deserve your honesty. I love you. She works at the Tasty Claw. A few times she came to our hut just to cry and told Salvia and me some things that shouldn't leave her house. She admires her mother but holds a grudge against the others. Want to compete in feeling sorry for oneself? Yeah, you start. I'm gonna lose most of what we own to my father's debts. I mean, I lost my house. Yeah, a weak start, point to you. But I do feel sorry for what happened to you and Salvia. Thank you, it's been difficult. It's pretty rough. What's been the worst part? Learning everything anew. No morning tasks, strange bed, different air, more folks around me, no more strolls. Is having a fresh start so bad? To me, nightmarish. Is it true plants grow well in ash? Depends. Not all flowers and shrubs, but most trees like it, especially evergreens. Which ones are those? Those with needles and cones. Right. Well, next round, I'm on the verge of breaking my betrothed heart. Oh no, wanna talk about it? Maybe once the dust settles. Still, can't relate. Just yesterday I agreed to marry Stabs. You did? Yeah, he's the warmest soul I know. Never gets pushy, never uses tears to control me. But you do work for him. Not for much longer. My carpenter dream, you know. I'm chasing after it. No way, really? Your eyes are pretty well rested for someone going through so many changes. Going through? I'm jumping forward like an acrobat, but I'm hopeful. You should lose a point for that. I'm still at 0, remember? You love him? Sure. How do you know? For me, it's easy. I miss him when I'm away. Enjoy the time we spend together, even more so after work. Trust him. Want to have kids with him. I love the way he touches me, too. You always sound like you've got it all figured out. Folks say the same about you, though I guess they ain't so polite about it. I speak only on things I understand, unlike many around here. It was different for me. I had to get strong to stand with my siblings, and Dad, too. By the way, it's my turn again, and my big sis is a lazy idiot. Her skills are valuable, though she pursues some risky goals. Not as calm as her older brother Victus. While she's more into the pleasures of daily life, her heart is in the right place. A good friend to Firma, my sister. Don't have older siblings, but let's say I'll give you a point there. Firma's great. No arguments there. It's 2-1 now. Yep, the gap's closing. Guess I won't win by bringing up Victus, but I do miss him. It'd be a point for both of us. You're closer to him than I am, sister or not. You don't spend much time with your family in general. Good old Stabby. He says that it's a childhood nickname, not a gang name. I believe him. He said that he was drunk when he got those tattoos. That sounds like the sort of thing a teenager would do. Oh, Trav. He's not like that in this game. See, no tattoos to be seen. Look who's talking. I chat with my real family all the time. Firma, Salvia. If that's how you see it. I do. Just saying. But you can't run away from them forever. I know. Yes, changes everywhere. Can't keep up. But ain't it a bit exciting? No, not at all anymore. No tattoos to be seen, she says about the guy whose body, legs, and arms are completely covered up. Oh, Trav. No. Alright, I believe, yeah, we are at the stronghold. Stronghold's meant to protect us from most beasts. It won't stop the wrath of the herds. Now that we're all sheltering here, if anyone in the village has so much as a cold, it will quickly spread to our elders. Still not sleepy? Could set up a wooden screen around your bed, reduce the light. I'm better than usual. It's exciting to see all these people talking and bustling around, even if the day is so grim. Can I be honest with you? Not the best moment. Many ears around us. That's fine. I'm just trying to start a conversation. Then let me keep grinding these herbs. Though you wanted to share thought you wanted to share a dark secret with me. When you were little, I used to think you were mocking me, paying such close attention to my words. You did much more thinking. You made sure Victus wouldn't talk to me before I came to you with Salvia, and apologized for disrespecting you. That's right. I almost forgot about it. Don't worry about it. It's in the past now. We're fine. Thank you. Back in the day, I felt terrible. Salvia's explanations have taught me some patience. Dealing with people is difficult. Wanted to tell me something. You see, it's been so long since I've left my house. Once my neighbors brought me outside, I couldn't believe how lovely Windy Meadow is. The sun is still bright, the wind is both chilling and gentle. My shell gets weaker, but the trees and birds carry on. I know my legs will never let me enter the woods again. It may happen. You can now turn on your side and sit up without help. May keep healing. I envy your hope. Well, but I hate living like this. Maybe speak about it with Vates? I ain't that good at soothing someone's soul. I've already had time to think. More days than I can bear. I want to start leaving my bed again. Like on a cart or a wagon? Even a wheelbarrow, if that's what it takes. I need to touch the living bark again, or just spend an hour by the well, chatting with others, observe the playing children, listen to a story or two. I hear Fabel is getting good at them. From a medical standpoint, there's no reason why she couldn't sit in the... As long as she was kept warm, there's no reason why she couldn't sit out in the open. Your family needs you. Have you discussed this with your husband? Got children and Imara, they're waiting for you. We've all waited enough. They're doing everything they can to look after me. I do see that. But they're not just waiting for me. Our bond is choking them. It hurts me to see what's happening to them. That may harm you in the long run. That may work against you. You barely survived the trip to the healers in Bertrus. I'd rather have 2 good seasons to look forward to than dozens of unbearable ones. I'm withering. Whatever. We've done everything we could. Sure, throw our efforts to help you if you want. Believe me, I'm grateful for everything you've done for me. Tell that to Salvia, though I guess you decided to speak to me because you know she would beat this idea out of your head. No, it's you I want to thank. I know you've done everything you could. Udi, can we talk for a moment? At the moment, my parents need no remedies. Oh, that's not good. We can. You look good, Purdy. Your furniture and supplies are in the warehouse, and Latro took the girls to look for the sheep. Yes, I'm aware. Thanks, Rel. Rel. That always sounds so silly to me, like I'm a young girl again. We really wanted to come sooner, but so much is going on right now. The cake you brought us was delicious. You need to share your yeast with Lita. I'll ask Firma to bring you a jar, but maybe after we get through this chaos. According to what she told us, the goblins may come any day now. What do you want? Are you sick? No, Udi, not at all. Do we set boundaries here or not? Because, like, we are having the anger overwhelm us. We are definitely angry at these people. And they are trying their best to connect. What do we think? Do we set a boundary about our name, or do we ignore it like we have with everybody else? A lot of the people who've been calling us the nickname are people who knew us when we were a little girl. What do we think, chat? She'd probably... Yeah. I think that right now is not a good time to do that. It's the aftermath of a disaster. This is true. But sometimes in the aftermath of the disaster, you are too overwhelmed to not lash out. I don't know. Okay, we'll ignore it. We'll be nice. We wanted to say that what happened in the forest is just awful. I wish there was a water mage in Windy Meadow. We want to help. I mean, we've got to do something. Return Salvia's favors. We don't have much or anything, really. But we're still family. We'll share everything with you and open our house, too. The invitation is like a punch in your face. But after a few breaths, you push your anger deeper inside, regaining your control. For so many days, you've done your best to control your impulses. You're strong enough to see the souls in front of you more as lost elders than beasts. Do we reject their invitation or do we accept it? I mean, our betrothed would accept us in his house, but he will push to marry us. It's not that we couldn't find another house to sleep at. We absolutely could, or we could stay here. But there's nothing wrong with their invitation other than that we're still angry with them. You know what? We're all in this together. We will accept this invitation. For the sake of the town, if nothing else. Thank you. Staying at Evola's place, but things may change soon. Oh, right! The wedding. So proud of you, darling. Don't push. We won't, Eucidia, but maybe visit us for dinner sometime soon? We'd also be happy to welcome Salvia, and Ivolo, of course. We'll see. For now, I've got a few things to take care of. We should head to the warehouse anyway. Let us hope this goblin nightmare will be over soon. Cedia has kept her anger at bay. So now we have been through all three of the, I guess, origin stories, and it is time to get into the rest of the story. Now, the choices we have made, it's support. Times are bad, and will get very much worse. You need all the support you can get, even if you don't like the people. You simply can't afford to alienate them. No, we really cannot. So for Vina, her and her father have stuck together through the mistake that they have made. Fabel values honesty over renown, which may or may not be for the best for him. And Eucidia has kept her anger at bay. So we are going into Windy Meadow trying to, I guess, rebuild. Let's see how we do. Day 4 evening. We're back in Venus' story to start. Here's everybody in the fort. It's rather stuffy in here, huh? That's what the fortifications are meant to be like. They're not here to provide you with comfort. When I moved into the watchtower, I had to knock out a few bricks to make space for the new shutters. Could open the doors for a moment, let some air in. Put a finger on them and I'll cut it off. Come on now, the guards are right outside. This goblin pack spent years, if not generations, living in the deep woods. Do you really think a palisade would keep them away? They can sneak up on us from any side, or jump on us from the roof. Stay calm and quiet. You're free to grumble tomorrow if you're still alive. Midnight. So we've moved on to Fabel. I can't take this anymore. Calm down, Cal. No, I won't spend another night waiting for the sound of the horn. We should grab the spears and hunt these monkeys down right now, as we are. I've got the upper hand here. Hoping for the animals to get tired is the best thing we can do. And why would we enter the woods in the middle of the night? Let's not provoke even larger creatures. Counting hours only makes it more difficult. Let's try to distract ourselves. Do whatever you want, so long as it's quiet and doesn't involve drinking. Go to sleep if you can. Save strength for tomorrow's work. Won't close my eyes anytime soon. How about a game? A game. Yeah, let's throw hoops at a stick, or play dice, or build mug towers, I don't know. I've seen no toys in the storage room. We left most of our possessions in the warehouse. Good. More noise, more mess. Ain't you tired enough? Ooh, they get grumpy. It's too grim for a song. How about a tale? Sounds fine to me. Fable, could you try? Yes, have mercy on us. Save us from this boredom. Boredom? Maybe our last day alive. I'll die of annoyance before the monsters even get here. We're in the center of the room, so everyone would hear you just fine. Don't give me that look, pal. I'm sorry. You're not scared, are you? More like terrified? I'm fine, or what's wrong with you? I mean, he's better off than the last time he ended up in a bad way like this. But I think he's still kind of terrified. Terrified. Well, they all are, and they need a bard's help. Just make them forget where they are. Tomorrow I'll make you a large bowl of hazelnuts fried in honey. Next time ask me first. Fine, but next time ask me first. Have some decency, man. You're right. I'm sorry. But still, you'll be great. Don't worry so much. Well, I need a moment to think. You search your memories of the days you've spent with bards, priests, and manuscripts, and soon find a few stories you hold dear. You're relieved. These stories shaped you, and you'll use them to inspire others. Your audience deserves the truth, honesty. You may not entertain the entire tribe, but you'll give them more than brief enjoyment. You'll give them memories, a shard of you. You share. Let's share a famous legend about bravery and endurance, because this is the moment where they need both bravery and the endurance to survive through this. Let's see if we can't help them. The rites tablets say that no one has ever been as strong as Dan, and his soul was even stronger. Grab the spears, they're coming! That was Firma, I think. The horns led them and brought doom upon the beasts. Let's get to it then. Not you, Mayor. Are you not to hold the square? I almost forgot, but hurry then. Dad, are you ready? A slight change of plans. Lacerta? I'm listening. You shouldn't be alone. Ask Hostia to stay at your side. Is she prepared? All she needs to do is dance around them and buy the mayor some time. She's more of a fighter than anyone inside this stronghold. You got your first scars when you were her age. She can take 1 or 2 punches from large apes. Maybe. I may not always agree with the choices you and your siblings make, but I know you can handle yourselves. Is that fine with you, Mayor? Sure. Now don't make the guards wait any longer. Let's go. And remember, got your back. Legola! Welcome in. I hope you're doing well and have an amazing stream. Thank you. I am doing well. I hope you are also doing well, my friend. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the tale. We're about to find out what happens. Oh boy. Fierce fighting against the goblins. I'm fine, you see? I'm sitting on my own. Too tired to argue with you and won't stop you from a miserable death once your wounds open up. Let Lucidia do her job. My job? Am I getting paid now? I mean, pay us by dealing with these scavengers digging through the ashes of our garden. We need to plant new seedlings. I'll be happy to. What's her condition? The cut in her abdomen will be a problem. She needs to avoid running, climbing, and lifting. Come back every few days so I can examine the stitches. Stitches, right. I should learn how to sew a wound. Can teach you on a rainy day. The bite in her neck needs to be kept clean, but it's nothing to worry about. Use ash soap. Carefully. The bruises are negligible. Gonna be fine, Hostia. What's wrong? What's wrong, little one? Does it hurt so bad? I was so scared. Someone give that girl an axe. I'm pretty sure she had an axe before she went down. I come for the vibes because I need them. Hey, Legola, it's a rough world out there. I'm glad the vibes help. I try to be pretty chill, but that doesn't mean that we listen to stories that are chill. That's Friday. We always have a chill Friday, but right now we are dealing with heavier stuff. But I'm glad you come for the vibes. I appreciate you being here. You're always welcome. Even veterans get scared. You were strong, courageous. I'm proud of you. Vina, I don't want you to leave. I didn't know it's been so hard on you. Dad says you should move to the city, and I was sure that you would. But I haven't decided yet. That's what I'm saying. Every time I see you, I don't know what to feel. I'm a warrior now, too. I'm done standing in the back, watching my sisters yelling at each other, waiting for problems to disappear. You've always been by my side, but you also taught me a lot. I can handle whatever's coming, but we both need to move forward. You're right. Enough waiting. The world won't freeze for me. Oh boy, here's the big choice. Do we stay or do we go? Because if we stay, there will be trouble. But if we go, there will be double. So right now, you've got to let me know, chat. Do we stay or do we go? Yes, I'm cobbling from lyrics. What are you going to do about it? That's the vibes right now. Welcome to the 90s. They only happened last decade. Come on. The music was so good. This is an awkward time for her to go to the city. Because, first of all, we have the goblins to consider. They are going to be a menace for a while. Second of all, the anger of the herds could happen at any time, and they're going to need people to help grab everyone they can and all the stuff that will help them live and leave. So moving to the city right now, as much as it would be great for Vina, might just be that that's the only way she survives the wrath of the herds. Staying means that she can help. Yeah, the more capable people who leave, the harder it is for those who stay. Also, the city, well, it ain't so great. More opportunities there, but that includes bad opportunities. Absolutely, Trav. And there's always the future. And who wants to travel with angry goblins around? Sounds suicidal. Yeah. I think we should stay. Vina, the way we played Vina, we were more inclined to stay anyway. I'm gonna stay. This is where I belong. In that case, you need to start training with me. I'll pay you back with a cute clay mug. And I'll put it on a shelf in Tasty Claw. After all, I'm going to be a regular. Aw, the sisters. Oh, dear. We need to talk. I'm exhausted. Could this wait till tomorrow? You asked me to give you my answer before the end of the day. Guess we were too busy to have our chat. Kind of justified, considering the circumstances. It has to be a cute frog clay bug, or it doesn't count. I agree with that, because frogs are adorable. But I'm ready. Are you now? I'm listening. To marry or not to marry? Now, Victus got married. His wife died in childbirth, but he did get married. We are much closer to him, but we consider him to be more like a brother to us. Creepy. Ivolo is our best friend who's not like a brother to us. And probably the only person that we would stand to marry in this town, to be quite frank. He has been patient. He finds our quirks interesting. He doesn't try to control us, and he tries to be patient with us when we are overwhelmed by adjusting to change. Honestly, I think he's kind of the right choice. Not gonna lie. Chat, you got any thoughts on this? He sounds a decent guy and worth hanging around. He also sounds like someone who you can negotiate about how the marriage works out. So since it sounds like she wants more of a friend than a romance, that may work if he's okay with that. I actually think that he would probably be far more okay with that than not, to be honest. I want to be with you. Want to be with you. Sorry I made you wait so long. Don't mention it. I'm sorry I pushed you so much. I'm not used to people saying no to me. We'll grow together. That's all I want. What a stupid task. Do we have to scrub the pavement? It's just blood. It may dry up in the sun. Nah, rain will wash it. And if it doesn't rain, we'll see maggots spreading from here to my inn. Fine, fine. See, I'm helping. Last night was crazy. How you made me share a tale with everyone. But exciting, wasn't it? Yeah, I guess. Not everyone was captured by your tale, but you sure made an impression. I could tell you were speaking from your heart. Yeah, I can make a few compromises here and there, but I'm responsible for my words, and I want to be proud of them. But once I was done, I kept thinking about the details I missed or the words I could have used instead. I want to be better at this. Oh, Legola, you have missed so much. Thankfully, part 1 is already on YouTube, so !YouTube will get you to the playlist. I did put it in with the Roadwarden playlist, so it'll be at the end of that. But Roadwarden was a great game, so you could totally check that out too along the way. Still, it felt nourishing. I've met many bards, and all of them told me the same thing. Once you're satisfied with your poem, song, or tale, it's as if you've reached the highest mountain peak or defeated a dragon. But other days, you can barely put 2 words together. The fears grab you like a bear and sit on your stomach. You can't make a perfect story. And even if you could, you won't satisfy everyone. Don't use them to measure your work. As a storyteller, you'll need to forgive yourself. Keep moving forward without ever reaching your destination. I've been on both sides of this. It's tough, but I'm learning. Take care, Legola. I hope that your appointment goes well. Feel free to check out the YouTube whenever you can't join us live. I'm always there for you, at least on YouTube. That's where all the VODs go. Of course you get an ad. I'm so sorry. Lita and I are getting married. Oh, damn, congrats. Thanks, but one thing hasn't changed since last time we talked. She's not going to work for me any longer. Instead, I'll support her on her woodworking path. In the meantime, Latro, the ex-hunter, asked me for a job. So you need my final answer. When? Like, you know, right now. Huh. I'm sorry. Recently everything has been rushing forward. So, do we want to work at the inn or do we want to be a bard? That is the question. I have an ad break coming in like 5 seconds. I'm so sorry for you guys who are stuck at the ad. But do we make Fabel a bard or do we have him work at the inn? Honestly, I think his dream to become a bard is the right choice for him. I mean, it will be hard because he doesn't have legs, but he would sit at the counter and talk to people and take money. and scrub floors. Like, there's things that he can do, there's things he already does, but I honestly think that him being a bard and wanting to find a way to keep the truth in his stories is probably for the best for him. That's just my thoughts. I want to be a bard. I'm sorry, but I won't give up now. I want to be a bard more than anything. That's too bad, but I hope you'll succeed. Are we good? Of course, just a bit sad. I can still help you from time to time in the evenings, just like before. We'll see. Let's focus on all this dirt for now. "10 days later. Or maybe one round away from getting rebuked by Mita for refusing to dance. What can I say? That's how her tribe celebrates. They clasp their hands, run around the fire, and laugh and all. She wants me to give it a shot. She needs to make the steps easier, especially those bows of her. The right leg extended, hand to the chest. The left leg. Fate says that Windy Meadow would also have its own weird customs if it wasn't so tied to Bertrus. When I was in the city, it didn't feel like all that different there. It's just much louder and gray. You should bring us some easy dances from your travels. You want me to teach you the steps. I make no promises. I'd rather listen to more of your stories, though they ain't so easy to follow. The one you shared at the ceremony had a ton of folks in it. You had me worried at first, with your hands shaking like that, but once you got started for real, you were like a real bard. I spent 10 days putting it together. Good thing I could write parts of it down. Otherwise, I'd have gotten completely lost. And here comes the bride. In her green dress. And the groom. Having fun, you two. No grumbling here, but you're almost out of mead. Decided to ration it. Don't want to spend the next few days patching y'all up. I'll bring the next casks soon. Duh. Maybe my sister's wedding, but it's still a wedding. I deserve a full cup. It warmed my heart seeing your family reunited at the ceremony. How's life now? Ah, you know. We're sharing suppers, tailoring new clothes now that the old ones got lost in the fire. Home's cozy now. Too cozy, even. It's shrunk in the last 12 years. She's been grumpy ever since she hit her head while crossing the main door. But Salvia's hut was like a wardrobe. Yeah, and I got used to it. I was meant to help your parents tomorrow, but if it rains again, I may not make it in time. I can't really ride through the mud. But in the meantime, Fabel, could I borrow you for a moment? I love your dress. Ain't this green the best? Ivilla was supposed to have a matching robe, but we lost a whole crate of goods to the bandits. I know, but what are you gonna do with it now? I'll keep it, in case I'm to join my husband on a trip to the city. Or you can get pregnant and fat and pass the dress on to your kids once it's their turn to get married. Got so much work to do in the forest garden, I won't have the chance to sit around. Your family mentioned you're getting familiar with a quill. I guess, though I mainly use a stylus. And I assume you still need some savings to roam as a bard? I'm too young to leave. I was planning to join a group of adventurers at the roadside inn maybe 2 years from now. That's fantastic. Now that old Salvia is my guest, we have grand plans for the future, and we're going to start by writing a manuscript together. Bates told me about it. The Herbalist's Primal? Weren't you going to hire a scribe from Bertrus for that? You wouldn't believe how much the Orders of Truth take for such services. I may not be struggling, but my expenses this year have gotten a bit out of hand. Maybe you could take care of the first draft? You'd spend a few seasons chatting with Salvia, writing down her memories. Then you'd edit your notes into a pile of tablets or even a manuscript. I would then send it to Bertrus for the final polishes. It may not be as inspiring for you as spending time with the old tales, but you'd be generously rewarded, and I'm in. I see. Just like that. Got a condition, of course. Surprise me. I'll add Nalia's stories to my notes as well, if she allows it. Why don't we ask her right away? Smart kid. And what are your new plans, Vina? I need you to stay with us until the next hunting season. By then, I'll be dying to have some game meat. As if another few sausages are going to kill your cravings. I got a few options, but I ain't looking for any excitement. What matters is that I'm going to have my family and friends around. My dad needs dragons, and soon. We could assist the travelers and merchants stopping by the village. No goblin would stop our spears. And who cares if I become a guard, join the lumberjacks, or help out in the forest garden? Work's work. I wish you luck. May you spend many more hours and coins in the tasty claw. What a friend you are. Yeah, that friend is about to be your brother-in-law, I'm just saying. Let's hope you won't regret it, just saying. Nah, we'll overcome boredom together. We've survived the trolls, the fire, and a pack of bloodthirsty goblins. We'll be fine. All's well that ends well, I guess? What I like is that there is a lot of representation in the story. We have someone who has been forcibly crippled. We have someone who has, who is very much autistic. And we have a variety of personalities and people who get along to some degree. It's a very well thought out story. The forest. Poisonous mushrooms want to be picked at any cost. Green perennials cut your hands like a razor. Bogs would sell their carpets to anyone. The clearing is black from all this poison. Cowbanes and hellebores keep smiling at you. The forest is silent and gentle. Lass by Jerzy Harris Moawsk. Definitely a Polish name. Not entirely certain that I didn't butcher it horrifically. But it's a cool poem. In memory of Tamaz Hilfman Holek. Windy Meadow by Arias. With the help of all of these people. Ore Studios. Dr. Turtle did the core music, and Pond 5 did the additional stock music. Good job, guys. The Assemble team. And all of the sound design. Special thanks to all of these people. This was made with the RenPy engine, which is a decent engine for pixel art games. Thank you for visiting Windy Meadow. And here we are. So there are other alternative endings to this game because of the choices you make along the way. They do matter to this game. So you can, for example, start a new story, make different choices, find out what happens at the end. I do love that the main menu allows you to explore the town and gives you descriptions on everything. It's very nice. But this is the town before, of course, the fire happens and everything is destroyed. So there's a lot to find here, little details and interesting things. I read the majority of it before we started the game. But yeah, that's been our flashback to the early days of my stream. I would highly recommend Roadwarden and Windy Meadow, a Roadwarden Tale. It's a really delightful world. It's a very interesting world. Roadwarden is still a lot of reading, is very much an expansion of this world. I believe timeline-wise, Windy Meadow came first. Roadwarden was the prequel to Windy Meadow that they made, but it's a much larger tale. There's a lot more to it. It also has multiple endings, which is very lovely. Your choices on how you handle the situations that you run across do matter in these games, but they are a more visual novel story than anything else. So we will not be coming back to Windy Meadow for another run, but we will be enjoying more nostalgia again tomorrow. So I'm not entirely certain which nostalgia we'll do, but we will definitely be doing some nostalgia. That being said, you guys, we don't have that much, I might just pick up early from the stream, because I don't really have anything else to give, and we would only be streaming for another, 10 minutes? 12 minutes? There's not much more here. But yeah, this is the run that we have. And it's a great little game. So thank you guys for joining me today for the finishing of Windy Meadow. I will be adding the VOD for this to the Roadwarden playlist, because it really is kind of a follow-up. Yeah, today is Thursday. Tomorrow is Chill Friday. We will be playing more Rekka because I want to get to the actual gardening stuff in the game. I just forgot how much of the game you are required to play before you're kind of left to your own devices. So we will be finishing up the quests in the second area, and that should open up all of the options for us that we can garden in our house. Because this is the quest that get us to being able to get more wood for building supplies and stuff like that. So tomorrow we are definitely playing more Rekka, so that we can get into the farming expansion, the farming DLC, or well, it's not really a DLC, but it's, the farming update for it finally. So hopefully by the end of next session we will have that down. And next week we will have to figure out a new game. So I will be figuring that out over the weekend. But if you would like to go through what we did in Roadwarden to really understand all the story that Windy Meadow had, you are welcome to check out YouTube and the playlist there, which is on the screen. So thank you guys for joining me. I'm Mayrin Althea Tover, aka May. I stream Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern US time. And if that is not your time zone, well, give me a follow, put on notifications, either here or over on Blue Sky. The link is in the chat. YouTube, same thing, subscribe and ring the bell so you know when the VODs go live. This episode of Windy Meadow will be up as soon as I can get it up. And feel free to check out the rest of the playlist there. They're how I give back to you, because I make zero money on YouTube. Most of this would be copy striked to all heck over the music in it, unfortunately. So I don't do money on YouTube. I just put my VODs there for you guys. I also raid my friends at the end of every stream. This is my barebone basics raid message. Feel free to use whatever love, heart, or raid emojis you have available to support your own communities, because, they're fantastic. Psycho Phoenix is playing Final Fantasy VI right now. She's been going through all the Final Fantasy games, so let us support her in her Final Fantasy dreams. She loves the series. It's a pretty great series. But this should be some definite nostalgia vibes for some of you anyway, because Final Fantasy series has been out for a while now, and 6 is a pretty good, or actually no. Yeah, no, this is 6. 6 is a pretty good one. 7 is famous, but 6 is pretty good. It's a solid RPG. In any case, please give Psycho Phoenix, aka PP, all my love, and I hope that you will enjoy her Scottish sassiness as much as I do. Until tomorrow when we play some Rekka, you guys, I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day, if this happens to be a Thursday, or any day that you watch it on YouTube, because I love my YouTube peeps too. Until then, I will check you guys back here tomorrow at 1 for some Rekka, and we out! Bye guys! See you later. We're raiding in 3, 2, 1.